Freedom means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but freedom to me means the ability to live my life as I see fit, without interference from the government or another person, as long as I am not restricting the right for another person to express their freedom. My idea of freedom is a mix of spiritual, economic, and physical freedom, which combine to mean that I am free to truly express myself and not only choose who I want to be, but I am also free to realize my imaginings. Freedom was the principle upon which America was founded. The Pilgrims left England and settled Plymouth Rock for religious freedom. The American Revolution was fought for economic and personal freedom from the oppression of King George III in Parliament.
We were to learn the hard way that no nation founded on the principles of individual liberty could long endure the bondage of a few.
America's ideas of freedom advanced to include the right of all humans to freedom from slavery during the mid-1860s, and during the American Civil War, African American slaves won their freedom from the physical bondage of slavery. In the women's suffrage movement of the late 1800s and early 1900s, women fought for freedom from the constrictions of gender roles and for the freedom to enjoy the same rights guaranteed to men, chiefly the right to vote. World War II brought many changes to the ideas Americans had about freedom. Americans fought and many gave their lives for freedom from persecution and discrimination based on race or religious affiliation in Europe, bringing some of these ideals home. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt's four freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from want, and freedom from fear, defined America's ideas of freedom during this time period. In the civil rights movement of the mid-20th century, African Americans sought freedom from the persecution they had endured in the 100 years since the Civil War and the freedom to live their lives in peace as equal citizens.
We're going to march. We're going to walk together. We're going to stand together. We're going to sing together. We're going to stay together. We're going to moan together. We're going to groan together. And after a while, we'll say, freedom, freedom, freedom now!
I would simply like to say that I think this has been one of the great days of America. And I think this march will go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, demonstrations for freedom and human dignity ever held in the United States.
Freedom should be the main objective of government, because when every citizen is in possession of their rights and freedoms, they are able to achieve their full potential, and when all citizens of a country are able to advance themselves, the country will advance also. Physical, economic, and social freedom foster free thought and discussion on the local, national, and global level, leading to a growth in understanding around the world and laws that better represent the needs of all citizens. When any portion of the populace is oppressed, whether their bondage is physical, mental, economic, or social, the entire society becomes stagnant. It was established in the Declaration of Independence that all people are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To me, this means that every human being is entitled to the freedom to live, the freedom from oppression, and the freedom to decide the course of their life and pursue their idea of happiness, whatever that may be. Government should promote freedom because not only is freedom the right of all people, regardless of race, religious affiliation, gender, social standing, or personal preferences, but it is only when freedom is assured that a country can achieve its full potential.